think that the people I kill need killing. That's what I think.
You left men hanging from meat hooks.
They got off easy, in my opinion.
You shut up a hospital.
Yeah, nobody got hurt or didn't deserve it.
Yeah. What about you, Frank? What happens the day someone decides you deserve it?
Tell you what, they better not miss.
You run around this city like it's your damn shooting gallery.
Yeah, what do you do? What do you do? You act like it's a playground. You beat up the bullies with your fists. You throw them in jail. Everybody calls you a hero, right? And then a month, a week, a day later, you're back on the streets doing the same goddamn thing.
So you just put him in the morgue.
You goddamn right I do.
You ever doubt yourself, Frank?
Not even for a second.
Really? Really? You never think for 1 second,
Shit, I just killed a human being. It's being pretty generous.
a human being who did a lot of stupid shit, maybe even evil, but had one small piece of goodness in him. Maybe just a scrap, Frank, but something. And then you come along and that one tiny flicker of light gets snuffed out forever.
Now, I always found this is one of the best scenes in the whole show because it's actually a real-world topic, and the same debate has been had in D.C. with Batman and the Red Hood as to how criminals should be handled in the street. And to be honest, neither one of these are wrong. Now, both Daredevil and Punisher got some really good talking points. The Punisher is right because a lot of times the system could be flawed. A lot of the criminals who are on the street don't get the just punishment they deserve for doing a heinous crime. They might know the right person, they might get off on a technicality, and they don't get the punishment they deserve. But he's wrong because he takes it upon himself to be judge, jury, and executioner, and he's not doing it because he feels like it's the right thing to do. He's doing it out of spite and revenge because of what happened to him. Daredevil is right because this world and the people in it aren't perfect. And while not everyone deserves a second chance depending on what they do, a lot of people do deserve a second chance. A lot of people make mistakes, and a lot of people might even go a little bit too far. But does that necessarily mean that they're past redemption? Not really. But Daredevil is wrong for the exact same reason, because he's thinking like a lawyer and not a criminal on the street. Now, what makes this an interesting real-world topic is who deserves a second chance and who doesn't. Now, there's a lot of people who do the wrong thing and they know exactly what they're doing and why they're doing it. And then there's some people who just get caught up with the wrong crowd, or they're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Now, depending on what it is, does that mean that they don't deserve a second chance? Because I've seen people in real life who didn't grow up with the same conditions as everybody else, whether they were robbers, whether they were drug dealers, or maybe even they took somebody's life, whether it was self-defense or they did it on purpose. But I've seen people in those conditions completely turn their life around and be good citizens. But there is an exception to every rule. Example, if you touch women or children in an inappropriate way, or if you are a mass red rummer, then yes, you never deserve to see the light of day ever again, whether you rot behind bars or whether you get the you-know-what penalty. But the Punisher said that he only does what he does to people who deserve it. But the problem with that is what happens when somebody innocent in the crossfire gets hit? If that happens, do you hold yourself accountable? Because if it does, then you're no better than the people that you're trying to stop. But in conclusion, whose method would work better, especially in this modern system?